God damn.
Man, goddamn is right. Wow.
Mhm.
Bro, what is going on, everybody? What is going on, man? How is everybody doing today? Welcome back to another edition of Unscripted, man. Welcome back to another edition of Unscripted. Like I said, this is episode 214 of Unscripted, man. And how is everybody doing, man? And thank you guys, as always, for joining us here today on your Monday night, man. I'm seeing a lot of yeets. Seeing a lot of yeets in the chat. Well, I can see why a lot of people would be upset by what Triple H did tonight. I can see why a lot of people would be upset by it. Personally, I'm actually not upset at all. Actually, I think this advances us another step forward into the story of the bloodline, bro. So, I'm actually very excited about what they did tonight. And yeah, I mean, to a degree I understand. To a degree I understand why they took the title off of Braun so easily, and so quickly. Um, uh, I think it sort of plays into kind of his whole um cocky um rookie type of demeanor. I think this kind of happened with him around I think this kind of happened with him around Money in the Bank season, where he's this cocky rookie and he gets a little too in over his head, and he kind of took Sami Zayn a little too lightly, and it ended up costing him. And I think this is a bump in the road, and I think this is a learning curve for his character. I think slowly but surely he's going to learn to not not um not overlook.
Underestimate.
Yes, and exactly, not overlook so many veterans on the roster, and not overlook so many people that are, better than him. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I like it. I like it. Like I said, I don't I don't know about him necessarily losing as clean as he did. But at the end of the day, man, it honestly really didn't bother me too much, and I do expect him. I also see this as WWE maybe doing I don't know, maybe some trial runs on him, maybe seeing how he deals with the fame being so young, and how he deals with being a champion so young. I honestly think maybe this is WWE's way of testing him, which, if this is their way of testing him, this is already a lot better than what Vince McMahon's tests were. Vince McMahon's tests were burying you into fucking oblivion and then blaming it on you when you can't get over again. So if this is WWE's, maybe that's one of the things that I can think of for the Braun Breaker situation is, again, maybe this is their way of testing him, and maybe this is their way of like I said, seeing how he can deal with the fame, seeing how he could deal with the championship, seeing how he could deal with losing the championship, and kind of just seeing what they can do with his character and stuff like that. That's obviously what I think of. And then as far as Jey Uso is concerned, I think they're doing this because he's about to go back into the tag team. I think he's about to, I think in a few short months, obviously, with all the rumors year around, the whole rumors have been, towards the fall, towards September, October, November, we're going to start to be seeing him and Jimmy kind of get back together and reform the original bloodline, the OG bloodline, with Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns. So I think WWE seeing this as, oh shit, we're running out of time, and we need to get a singles title on Jey Uso, so that when he goes back to the bloodline story, he can say he's done everything he wanted to do, minus winning a world championship, was winning the title that Umaga won. Obviously Umaga, trained them to be professional wrestlers, got them into WWE, and that was obviously the Intercontinental title was the championship Umaga had held, and we all know how important that is to Jey. So that was so that's why I'm fine with it. That's why I'm fine with it. Like I said, Braun is fine. He's young. He's gonna get the title again. He's good. He's going to have a world title in a couple of years, let alone the Intercontinental Championship. So and even at that, I honestly see him winning this title back in just a few short weeks.
I
You
do.
know,
I
s-
really
so that's why I wasn't too mad at it, bro. Actually, that's why I wasn't mad at it at all. Um, I can see why people are. I can understand why people are. But personally, man, I wasn't. But yeah, man. So what did you think of the whole situation?
Yeah, man, I think I'm overall fine with it. I think I would have booked the ending to the match differently, but other than that, I think it's fine. I think Braun Breaker is going to be fine. He has a phenomenal future, no matter what. He's got world titles, all the singles titles, probably who knows what in the future. So he's going to be fine, man. Jey Uso got his moment, so that's really cool. I really like that he finally got his singles moment. And I'm okay with it. I think it's gonna lead somehow into, this upcoming Bloodline story. So they want to kind of get this title on him to get that over with and, finally do that for him before he goes back to the team. So I don't mind it. I think it's fine. I think everything's gonna work out in the end. And I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, and being that he's about to go into a tag team run again, or a faction run with the bloodline and stuff like that, I think, and not saying that, because you're the top merch seller, WWE needs to put the title on you. Maybe this is also a way of WWE wanting to get that final cash in on the Jey Uso merch by
Mhm.
going all in and putting the Intercontinental title on him. And maybe this is their final cash in on that, or this is their way of saying, hey, thank you. You've been a top merch seller for us for, I mean, what, the guy's been a singles guy now for
Mhm.
about a year. He's been a little over a
Mhm.
year. You know what I mean? Ever since, I guess the build up to SummerSlam of last year, which was, early August of 2023. So maybe again, this is their way of thanking him. Hey, thank you for, selling all the merch and being as profitable as you were for us. And then obviously on the other hand, this also could just be their way of wanting to get one more cash grab of, oh, we want to sell some final Jey Uso merch before we come out with, some new OG Bloodline merch. So let's put the title on you. I know he just came out with the whole pink line of Yeet stuff. He's got
Mhm.
all pink Yeet stuff, glasses, shirts, foam hands, and all that kind of stuff. So this could be their last cash grab for Jey Uso. As well as maybe a way of saying thank you to him because uh oh yes, that's honestly another thing. That's honestly another thing too. Logan says after Gunther holding the title for almost 2 years, it's kind of refreshing seeing three different champions in 1 year. That's what I was saying on Monday when it comes to like championships being held down. I was mentioning how a lot of championships are, a lot of people look at, a lot of people look at, Cody Rhodes, and a lot, and with his title, a lot of people are looking at that as, well, for anybody to take the title off of him, with a small chance of Randy Orton. We all are pretty much waiting for his feud with The Rock. But for everybody else, I like how we're not stamping these down to, well, Braun can't lose the title until he gets to this guy, or Gunther can't lose the title
Exactly.
because he's got to get to that guy, or LA Knight, he doesn't have a shot of losing until he gets to that dude. I like how, all these champions are kind of prone, although we know a guy like Gunther, Triple H is at least going to keep the title on until at least Mania. There's not one specific person everybody's looking at to, well, Gunther can't do anything until he gets to that dude, and then he has a legit chance of losing the belt. So I like how all these championships, like, at the end of the day, if there needs to be a shock, if there needs to be some sort of shock title win, there can be, and there's a legit chance to be. And I love, don't get me wrong, man. I love me a long champion, man, but not everybody needs to be a long.
Everybody.
Exactly. I like when other people can sit at the table and eat. And Jey Uso's a guy, man. He deserves it. He deserves it. He's been very good. as a singles on the main roster. He's obviously been one of the most popular guys on the roster, regardless or no matter what people want to say about him. People all of a sudden want to talk like he's like the worst in-ring performer on the planet. That's the good old wrestling fans for you, um but yeah, I mean, people can say, people can say whatever they want, but at the end of the day, Jey Uso's amazing, and he's been wildly popular, and he's been a financial success for WWE. On top of that, and then on top of being a financial success, Jey Uso he's great. He's great in the ring. He can cut a fucking promo. He's over with the crowd. He just has it. As a singles guy, and he also has it as a tag team with Jimmy. So I'm excited for what they're gonna do with the bloodline, and I'm all fine with this. Like I said, it does play to Braun Breaker's character, and if you don't think it plays to Braun Breaker's character, well, rest assured because he is destined for so much in WWE, and a loss to the most popular guy on the roster isn't gonna hurt him at all, in my opinion.
No, not at all. I think it's gonna be fine. I think all parties here are gonna be fine, and I'm intrigued to see what they do with Braun, in these upcoming weeks.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. So that is um that is basically what we think. Usually, we would hold out and wait till we talk about Monday Night Raw to talk about this, but I see everybody's talking about it in chat, so you know how we do it, man. If we see
Right.
you guys talking about it, we might as well throw our 2 cents in while we have the opportunity. So, um so yeah, man. So
Better than
that's
talking about who we got to do with, so I'm okay with it.
yeah, that was my next. That was my next. That was what I was gonna touch on next. Is today on this episode of news we have or what am I talking about? Today on this episode of Unscripted, obviously we're gonna start you guys off with Dynamite. But bro, that was another thing I didn't like about Braun Breaker's IC title run. This man was a demon before he got the title. When he got the title, we did not see much of him. His whole entire run was sitting in the back and talking about the IC title tournament. That was literally his whole entire run. That was his whole entire
Mhm.
run. That was like genuinely that was about all you can say for Braun Breaker's that was about all you could say for Braun Breaker's title run. Basically. So that's another thing I'm excited about. um that was another thing that I'm excited about for Braun Breaker losing the title is he's gonna go on another rampage. He already feels like Adam Pearce set up a whole tournament to plot against him. So I'm excited to see him turn back into a demon. So yeah.
I I'm very curious to see how he goes about this and who he feuds with next. I'm really curious.
Yeah, and two, if they do a rematch with Jay, do they put it on do they put it on Bad Blood? Do they make that a 7 match card?
That would be different.
Hmm,
That'd be
that
down.
would. Hmm.
Mm. Well, that's not Crown Jewel.
They could. They could. Yeah, that's another possibility. Um I don't know if that's cutting it way too close to War Games for Jey Uso, but um I don't know if that's cutting it way too close, but they're already cutting it close as it is. So they're already cutting it pretty close as it is. So I
Exactly.
wouldn't it would not shock me. But also that's another reason too why I'm glad they put the IC title on him is because the sooner we get the IC title on him, the sooner we are to getting it off of him because uh
Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, are we gonna see a 3 week? Are we gonna see the Tony Khan special? Are we gonna see a 3 week build of the Bloodline story? Moving, of Jey Uso moving back to teaming with the Bloodline. Are we gonna see a 3 week build for it? So it's interesting. It's interesting. But I hope they don't cut it too close, and I really hope they allow the story to properly breathe as it should. So, so yeah, that's that. But anyways, man, welcome back to another edition. Um, Welcome back to another edition of Unscripted, man. This is episode 214, and welcome back. If this is your first time watching, and you guys do not know how the show works, every Monday we're on here live after Monday Night Raw for Unscripted, and Friday at 4 p.m. Central with the news, man. If you guys have not got a chance to get, or if you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, that is SmackDown moving to 3 hours. Def Rebel, possibly done with WWE, and the upcoming details on the AEW TV rights deal that is said to be. This is the week that they said. This is the week that the dirt sheets said are possible for that announcement. Whether we get it, whether we get it at Grand Slam or later in the week or tomorrow, I don't know, but they said we're supposed to be getting it this week, so we shall see. If you guys did miss that, that is episode 232. That is available for you guys on all platforms. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every Friday at 4 p.m. Central with the news, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Links at the top of the description of this very video, man, where you get the newest piece of NHP merch to commemorate the rebrand of the podcast, man, with the next chapter design as you see on your very. And with that, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Just been normal, man. Just been normal. Just waiting for bad blood, and yeah, I've just been chilling. Um, like Durante always asks, "How's life? How's the family? Life's good. Family's good. How is everyone doing in the live chat? Logan, naysayers, call of zombies, man. How you guys doing? How's anyone doing in the replay? And what about you, bro? How are you doing?"
And I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good, man. Just yeah, can't complain. Can't complain at all, man. Just yeah, nothing too much, dude. Nothing too much. So, obviously we got some exciting weekends coming up, man. Got some exciting weekends coming up here. Got Bad Blood, and two
Hmm.
weekends. So so yeah, that's about it, man. But other than that, yeah, I got nothing, dude. I got nothing, bro. But yes, as Durante always asks, I'm good. Family's good. What about you, Durante? Logan, Bell, naysayers, Hunter? How are you guys doing, man? Thank you guys, as always. Thank you guys so much for joining us, bro. And if we have any new viewers, man, thank you guys for joining us, as always, man. So um yeah, how's everybody doing? And yeah, thank you guys as always. So, um, man, Logan says he got to drive a tractor. Yes, Wrestle Dream is the Wrestle Dream is the weekend after the weekend after, yeah, it's October 12th. It's the weekend after Bad Blood. So
Hmm.
hopefully they put together a good show for that one. Um, I hope.
Hopefully.
So, um, yeah, man. All right, time for the dreaded graphic. Ah,
It's
God,
uh,
there it is. All Elite Wrestling Dynamite. Tony, Tony, Tony.
go Tony.
Going into All In, we got a solid month of insane television. Coming out
That's
of All
fact.
In, I do not know what has came across Tony Khan, but whatever it is, when he gets his new TV rights deal, I sure as shit hope this changes.
Oh, dude, I really hope something changes because, dude, this show is just fucking. It's just a show. It happens, and I don't remember what happens at like the next fucking few hours after, and that's it. and I have to be reminded every Monday because it's just a whole bunch of nothing every week.
Man, it is rough. It is it has it has been a rough watch, man. Minus the John Moxley / Darby Allin stuff. Dude, I genuinely do not know where the logic is on this show. I have
Yeah.
no idea, and it has just it has gone out the window in these past couple weeks, man.
Oh, it
So
really has.
yeah, yeah, this episode of Dynamite, man, was an interesting watch. It was an interesting watch to say the very least. With a lot of questionable decisions from Tony Khan here. Um, this episode of AEW Dynamite took place September the 18th from Wilkes Barre, Pennsylvania. Streets are saying that Adam Cole is backstage at AEW Dynamite, but I actually heard he lives in Pennsylvania now.
Hey,
So
that's crazy.
yeah, so hopefully Triple H is okay with that because yeah, I'm gonna oh god, I'm starting to think, man, if he would have just shaved his fucking head and was Budge along Keith Lee, we would have made it to the promised land because
Because how long did he have to do that? What, like a year or two?
yeah, so that was all 2021. He probably had to go 10 months.
Should have just been Budge, dude.
Oh god.
If he didn't,
I'm starting to
I
think he should
can't
have just
believe we're
took the
saying that.
fucking manager role. And that is wild. That is wild to say because I was
He,
clowning on that so hard.
oh, like that is complete absolute trash garbage. But fucking A, was it? It would have
Ugh.
got a better end result than what we got over in AEW, which is nothing. It was just a guy on the roster.
This man is still, it's been 12 months, going on 13. 13 months, and he's still not fine from an injury that should have been a 9-month injury. This man should have been fucking back in June. Here we are, almost in October, and
God,
he's still hurt. That's why you don't have people go on the road injured.
it's that simple.
Okay. This episode of AEW Dynamite, we had Arcity Aura filling in for Justin Roberts. I really hope that is a fake name because that is something.
Our city aura. I didn't even, genuinely, dude, I had no idea that happened on Dynamite. I didn't even notice. That's how little I've been paying attention to
yeah.
that.
I can always notice when Justin Roberts gone because his voice is such an instrumental part. When I
Oh,
hear
but
somebody who is in my opinion not up to snuff, it's very easy for me to be like, ugh, who is that? But Arcity Aura was filling in for Justin Roberts, so it was already kind of a rough night from the start. Um, the opening match on the show was Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho. Okay, we're already off to a bad start.
it was
Keith
fucking
Lee, I
Boris.
mean, no, God, no,
He's
sorry, no,
fucking Boris.
no, Brian, no, well, I don't know. I don't know. I wish I was talking about Keith Lee in the second or the last show we talk about here on Unscripted. Brian
I wish.
Keith, not Keith Lee. Brian Keith. He goes to distract the ref as Jericho pulls out some quarters to punch Orange Cassidy with. Orange punches him in the face, and like a fucking cartoon character, Jericho throws the quarters up in the air. Orange catches him, hits Jericho with an orange punch, pins him, gets the victory. This screams, change the channel.
Mm-hmm. How was the how was the first thing you put on television the lamest thing on the show? What are you thinking by that?
Boy, that
Let's
was
put the worst
that
act we had on first. It'll get
man.
people to stay.
Yeah, that's quite the ballsy decision there. That is quite the ballsy decision. Let me open the show with something, and I know Tony sees it because he's on social media. Let me open the show with a feud that everybody in unison. I don't even think I've seen AEW sick fucks, mark out
No, they hate
demons.
crypto.
I don't even think I've seen them get excited for an Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho feud. If that doesn't say
No, even
something,
they
then
hate
I
it.
don't know what does.
Literally.
So that was that. That was the open to Dynamite, and oh my god, are you trying to get me to fall asleep?
Well, they did a successful job for one of us.
Man,
Wait, did I fall
Pac,
asleep? No, I don't think I did.
I'm
I?
surprised.
Oh no, I did because I think Modern Family. I woke up to that afterwards.
Man. Pac and Claudio are backstage. Pac says, Yuta, where have you been? Where have you been? I don't know, Pac. Did you leave the cruiserweight division and leave your fucking brain over there? Did you not fucking see what you did to him at All Out? Where have you been?
No,
Okay.
dude, he was. I don't get it.
We have trios titles to defend, and we haven't heard from you since the pay-per-view. It's time to come to work. Very funny coming from Pac. Claudio
Very funny. Mhm.
Claudio says, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I thought I taught you better, and you're old enough to make your own decisions. So do me this one favor and show up next week and help us defend these trios championships.
My
Moxley,
thing is,
okay,
from their group logic, they knew what they were doing. Mox, Claudio, Pac, they were all in on this turn thing. So why would you win a title with a guy who's not in on your plan and who
wait,
you
wait,
know
hold on,
probably
hold on,
isn't
hold
going
on.
to be in on your plan?
Did your mic closer to your face?
Hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna back it up a little bit. I was like, damn.
How about now? How about now?
You can try a little louder.
How about now? Is this good?
That's fine. There was literally just an explosion in my earlobe. I thought I didn't know if it was something on my end. I started looking at my OBS like, holy fuck. Okay, say that again. Sorry.
Yeah. My bad, y'all. My bad. But so Claudio, Pac, and Mox have a plan to turn on Brian and change up their group or form their own group or whatever. They still haven't explained fully what they're doing, but we'll give it time. Um, and their Yuta's obviously not in on it because they know he's not going to be down for that. So why would you win a title with a guy who's not going to be down for that plan? What do you expect? Of course he's not there. Why wouldn't you plan for this?
um, bro, it, it,
like, like, where's the
I,
logic in that?
there is none. Moxley comes in and he says, I know it's a lot to handle, Wheeler, but I know you have the strength inside you to do the right thing. It's your choice. You're free to leave. You're not trapped. You can do whatever you want at your choice, but you have a personal responsibility to the greater good, and you have to look yourself in the mirror every day, or every morning, saying, "What kind of man did we teach you to be?" Um, aside from obviously the blaring logic gaps, I do like them just sort of playing manipulative assholes. Obviously, where are you, Yuta? And just kind of
Yeah,
stringing them along and whatnot. I like their delivery here, and it was good. And I'm assuming those questions were to be asked with some sarcasm behind them, as the where you been, because other than that, man, I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was a decent promo, and it was pretty good.
yeah, I thought it was fine. I liked it. Obviously, it has that logic gap that I noticed, but other than that, I could look past something like that. I just want to call it out because I like I like being an asshole to AEW. It's fun. So other than that, I like what they did there.
Definitely, definitely. So Marvez stops Wheeler Yuta in the back as he's on his way out of the arena, as Dynamite probably just started like 20 minutes ago, and I guess he had
Mm-hmm.
already had enough of the show after seeing the Orange Cassidy match.
Same Yuta. Me and him both.
Yuta's leaving, Marvez stops him, and he says he's pretty conflicted based on the recent events, but he's worked his whole career for an opportunity like this to be a champion. And if we're gonna showcase, if we're gonna if we're gonna showcase what we got on a stage like Wrestle Dream, Marvez stops him and says, "You mean Grand Slam, not Wrestle Dream?" Um, and then an employee, an AEW employee, walks up and he brings him his trios belt that he forgot. Okay, I'm really rocking with Wheeler Yuta's attitude. He was leaving
Oh,
Dynamite like 20 minutes early into the show. He didn't give a fuck what show we were on. He thought we were on fucking Wrestle Dream, and he fucking left the belt in the arena. Love it. Um, I think this is
I
what we.
respect it. Bro does not give a fuck.
No, I think this is what we all wish we could do on Monday night, or on Wednesday night rather, not Monday night. Wheeler says he's sorry, that he's been all over the place, but if there's one thing he learned from Brian, you do not change just because people around you are changing. He says, I'm a fighting champion, and I take pride in carrying the trios championship. So if the other guys wanna if the other guys wanna do it, if they want one more favor to defend the trios titles at Grand Slams, then I will kick whoever's ass I have to. So, guess I guess Yuta's I guess he's down with it. And I guess he'll be
Oh yeah.
I guess he'll be man, I guess he'll be in the trios match, which the BCC, or the whatever their name is, the New Blackpool Combat Club, or whatever they are, um they, in their segment, mentioned how they have a match for the trios titles next week. Then we get a
Mm-hmm.
backstage segment by Private Party saying, hey, we want to challenge you guys for the trios titles next week. So,
And
did they not have a fucking match?
oh, literally, dude, it was the stupidest thing ever. Fucking the Mox and his group, whatever they may be, whatever their name is going to be, if they're still whatever. They're talking about how yeah, we have a match next week to defend our titles. So Yuta, you better be there. You know, it's simple. And then when it gets to Private Party, they go, we want to face you guys next week, and you know what? Make it for the titles. We'll find somebody. What? Dude, is Tony Khan just not reading his own notebook in the same night anymore?
No, he's not.
Like, dog, what are you doing here? Well, got news on Tony Khan and his mentality, so I guess that's exactly what he's doing.
Bro, immediately. At this point, bro, we're probably about 30 minutes into the show, and the logic gaps in here, and just these stupid decisions on this episode of Dynamite were mind-boggling. So
Mm-hmm.
Private Party called the BCC out for a match, even though in their segment on the show before this, they said that they had a match next week for the titles. Okay. Um Hook. Hook defeated JD Inc. 3 fucking years into his run, and he's doing enhancement squash matches. Still.
Still. Dog, just, this dude really stayed? Really? That's insane. I mean,
Lord.
he's doing it to himself at this point. I don't even give a fuck.
That's if he's up. That's if he's up, because I know I know we were hearing that he expired later this year. So I don't know if them putting the title
Mhm.
on him was trying to get him to stay. And
Hopefully.
hopefully, man, because if he re-signed with AEW, then oh my God, wow, that, God, that, Lord, that's not a good idea. I'll just say that he beats JD Inc. with the Red Rum as Roger Strong was on commentary building to their feud, which I believe they have a match this week on Grand Slam. Ugh, uh, yeah,
Lord.
it, yeah. I mean, what do you even say, dude? Another hook squash match.
That's all he gets is his suplex squash matches.
Christian Cage is backstage. Uh, he announces Nick Wayne is going to go up against Rocky Romero, Leo Rush, and Kip Sabian on Rampage. A fatal four-way. Talks about him and his son holding titles at the same time. Says Moxley cannot do anything about it because he does not have the contract that guarantees Christian is the next AEW World Champion. Christian sees Kip Sabian in the back of the little interview room, and he tells him he does not care if his father is dead. He says if he keeps seeing his face, because it's starting to piss him off, he's going to put him in the dirt next to his father. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand why. Um, I don't really get the story of why, or I don't know if they're going to even explain the story of why Kip Sabian has been following around the patriarchy, hanging out in all their segments or whatever. I'm assuming the reason can't be that good. I mean, it's Kip Sabian of all people, so uh, yeah. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But like I said, I'm assuming the reasoning can't be that good. But I mean. It is what it is, I guess. I don't know where this goes, but yeah.
Yeah, I have no clue where this goes. They've been doing teasing this for a long time. Not a long time, but like a month or two, I think. But I don't know where it's going. It's Kip Sabian, so I don't really care. But it's happening, I guess.
Yeah. Yuka Sakazaki and Queen Aminata go up against Mariah May and Serena Deeb.
What?
Um uh,
What?
uh,
Why?
this this this
Why?
this is what you fucking have for Mariah May coming out of her. Yuka Sakazaki and Queen Aminata. This is what you have for Mariah May? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? You had a storyline with Tony Storm to introduce her to the company, which is one of the best feuds all year in wrestling. And classic Tony Khan. I'm going to give you a great storyline with a great crowning moment. And after that, I have no fucking idea what I want to do with you. Nothing.
And the worst part is that is very true. That is literally how he books. I can't wait to talk about that. But no, dude, it's so stupid. I don't. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing over here? You're having her do nothing already. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Yuka comes out and commentary says, "What an ovation for Yuka Sakazaki." There was no reaction. What were you listening to? May I ask? I did not hear anything. Nothing.
This shit is really starting to feel like a Vince McMahon product.
Dude,
Fucking illogical booking. acting like, fans are going like are popping for people and they're not and shit. Dude, this is Vince McMahon.
At
That's all
least
it is.
at least Vince piped in the noise. So I guess if you were really
Literally.
stupid, you would believe it. But legit AEW don't really pipe in crowd noise when they say stuff like this. They dead ass will tell you straight to your face, or at least straight, through your TV screen,
Here. Mm-hmm.
that there was what an ovation for Yuka Sakazaki, and at the same time, you hear nothing. There's nothing happening.
Like, I mean, she's probably got a good 100 people chanting for her out of fucking 3,000 in the
I was
crowd.
gonna say it's a
Um,
little generous. That might be all that's in the crowd.
that dude, literally, I saw today. I don't know what it was, but they booked a 17,000 seat venue for Dynamite,
Okay.
set it up for about 3,000 people,
All right.
and they're barely at 2,000 seats sold. I think they're at like maybe 1,400 or 1,600 seats sold. Like, dog,
Are you talking about
what are you?
AEW? Or are you talking about a Dynamite from 2021 selling
Oh
2,000
no,
tickets?
no, I'm talking about a Dynamite from Current Line
Oh my god!
selling fucking 2,000 tickets.
Because if it was 2021, man, how many tickets do you think would have been sold?
All of them, literally all of them would have been sold. They would have been in a sold out arena.
Wow, 2,000 tickets. But just keep getting mad at us. Keep getting mad at
Oh yeah, it's our fault.
keep getting mad at the shills and the podcasters, and keep getting mad at us, and keep wrestling in front of fucking half empty buildings. So
Eh, I ain't. It ain't my problem. They could
yeah,
wrestle whoever little people they want to and enjoy their product, I guess.
have fun with that. Um, Yuka hits a standing splash on Serena Deeb, and Mariah May hits her with the championship. She hits her with the women's championship, and then she starts whipping her with the belt as the Yuka and Queen Aminata win this tag team match by way of DQ. What does Queen Aminata have to do with this, and what in the blue fuck does Serena Deeb have to do with this story, or anything even regarding Mariah May? What does she
Mm.
have to do with this?
And then nothing because now I guess Serena Deeb called out Britt Baker for Britt Baker's return match like next
What?
Rampage or something or Collision. So I don't fucking know, dude.
Okay. Um, Good lord. We get a little video package from Mina Shirakawa. Mina says Mariah has changed, and she still thinks they can have many great times, but do not worry, because Mina is coming. Well, I guess it's a little better for Mariah May. I guess this is a little better for Mariah May. I mean, this is something of intrigue. Obviously, people like Mina. There's a story there with Mina. So I mean, I'll tell you what, it's a hell of a lot better than Yuka Sakazaki. Um,
Oh,
so
percent.
yeah,
I don't know why this wasn't instantly right after the Tony Storm feud. You just instantly jumped to this. It would
yeah,
have been hot story or potential hot story because there's a story here. Good lord.
definitely, definitely, bro. So yeah, so that was a segment with Mariah May. Or sorry, that was a segment with Mina Shirakawa. I guess sort of calling out Mariah May, letting her know that, she's coming. John
Mm.
Moxley. John Moxley is making his entrance through the crowd, and he is attacked by Private Party, Commander, and Alex Abrahantes. They are getting attacked, and then this quickly turns on the baby faces, as then Moxley's group starts attacking them, and they have Isaiah Cassidy down by the entrance area. Moxley tells Isaiah he could end him right now after what they just did to him, but I'm not going to do that. He says Private Party has been here since the beginning, 5 years ago, and they're still in the same spot they were 5 years ago. Why is that? I'm going to give you some
Yeah.
friction, a little bit of resistance, an obstacle to overcome. Consider this a gift. And he smashes Isaiah's hand with a mallet. Darby comes out and he gets in Jon Moxley's face. He pushes him. Jon Moxley retreats. Darby then gets on the mic and he says, Jon Moxley, when are you going to realize I'm not the same guy you knew 5 years ago? I'm going to run through you at Grand Slam, and I'm walking into Wrestle Dream and becoming the next AEW champion. This was probably the
Well,
best segment of the show. I like this segment a lot. I like Jon Moxley. I like that Private Party is in something significant. I like that they're, a part of this, and I like how they're, like I said, just playing a role, in the Moxley storyline. And like I said, man, this is probably the most that we've seen these guys in a minute. This is probably the most we've seen these guys in a minute, let alone something substantial. Um, and yes, he did not lie at all, naysayers, bro. Legitimately, they're in the exact same spot they were 5 years ago. A tag team, an up and coming tag
it
team
doesn't get
looking
used.
for their big break.
Literally, that still doesn't get used 5 years later. That's not a wrestler problem. That's a Tony Khan problem. Um, but AEW fans, they just got to blame it on the wrestler. But yeah, man, good segment. I like what they did there. I like that dynamic they tried to, show. And Darby's great, man. I'm intrigued to see where this goes. Still, I'm very, I just, I'm scared, but I'm still intrigued to see how all this goes.
Yes, we get a Jack Perry video package. I guess just hyping him up as the scapegoat and the TNT champion. So yeah, that was that.
Taco Bell play.
No, no, not this time. They didn't interrupt his ad with the $7 Luke's Craving box.
Goated.
Ricochet. Ricochet defeated the Beast Mortas. The Beast Tardis.
Fucking A. Beast Mordo.
He defeated Mortas with the Vertigo. And that was that. And this match was okay. And that was that. It
That's
was,
Ricochet for you.
yeah, it
This
was
is what I've been calling them what have been like the untapped Ricochet or what have these fans been saying that he's like unleashed or something? This fuck.
uncuffed.
Unre- yeah, like an uncuffed Ricochet. Dude's the exact same, and it's the exact same booking too. So I don't know what's different.
Yeah. Oh Lord. We get a hype video for Brian versus Nigel. Do you honestly expect me to believe you're building this match? You're billing this match as it may not happen if Brian's not cleared to compete. Do you honestly expect me to believe that? You expect me to believe this match cannot happen? Meanwhile, you're playing a hype video package for it?
It's like dog. Like you're doing a horrible job at booking this type of like outcome. Like do a very one-sided build where Nigel is trying desperately to get him, to do the match, and you don't know if he can or not. It's unknown, but you're literally hyping this shit up like crazy, and then at the end of it every time, you just say, "But it might not happen." Dog, what are you talking about?
And you know, this would be the one time in AEW history where I would genuinely say to you, if Tony Khan were to go against his word and not give the match that was advertised, I would be fine with it. This should absolutely be
Oh,
saved for whether it's Grand Slam next year in February, whether it's Double or Nothing, whether it's All In next year, whether it's All Out. Dude, this match of this magnitude really goes to show how much Tony Khan does not care about the fans that maybe don't know the history between Nigel and Brian. How about this, Tony? Maybe some of your fans are younger. Maybe you should give them some new layers to the story to go along with. Maybe you should have these guys build all the way up until a Grand Slam in February. Build all the way up until a All in Texas next year. Maybe that would be a smart idea because now we're getting a Nigel and Brian match that nobody outside of your sick fucks understand. Nobody understands the history between these guys. And again, with a video package, yes, obviously that may tell us a little bit of the story. But dude, why not add more layers onto it? You've already started with Nigel poking at him on Collision, and now you're
exactly.
just doing
That
this
was
match. And the worst part is Brian can't even be here to build it. This is just an all Nigel
no.
build.
It's like this match, but I would like for all the shit that Nigel is saying to be said to Brian's face to get his reaction to all this.
Okay. Alrighty.
Goddamn.
Apologize for that. Um okay. Yes, back to what we were saying. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand why Tony Khan doesn't understand. There may be a whole new era of fans that don't understand the story. And yes, you played a video package for us. I do not understand why you couldn't have just added to their story, added layers to their story by adding a modern take to their story or modern layers to their story. I guess we're just going off of what happened in ROH, which again, not everybody's going to understand. And even if we see a video package, we're not necessarily going to be invested in it the same way we would be if we watched the shit happen on Dynamite. But I don't understand. And like I said, this would literally be one of the only times I would be okay with Tony Khan advertising something and not going through with it, because at this juncture, this is completely stupid to do right now.
Oh, 100%. I would not do it. I would make it be the time where you don't actually do the match, and I would save the match for to have an actual build.
Ridiculous, man. Why this couldn't have waited another 6 months, another year to continue to build story on top of, I have no idea, but that's Tony Khan for you. Hangman. Hangman comes out, man. Tony Schiavone asks Hangman why he sent a warning to anyone who would have Swerve's back or say good things about Swerve. Hangman says he knew the day would come when Swerve would be gone, but he knew Swerve wasn't the only one who needed to pay. It was going to be everybody else who stood behind Swerve, protected Swerve from him, and apparently I'm surrounded by them now, as the crowd started chanting for Swerve. People who supported him all the way to the World Championship and all the way till he was locked in a cage with his fate. As I sat at home, suspended for 4 months, I continue to hear those voices cheering him on. But as I sat at home, I heard another voice cheering him on, loud and clear, from the commentary desk. As he looks over at Tony Schiavone, um, and um, Jeff Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, or sorry, Tony Schiavone says Jeff Jarrett, and then Hangman cuts him off after he says that, and he says Jeff is not here. Jeff comes out and brawls with Adam Page. Jarrett says he'll be damned if he's gonna watch Hangman put one finger on Tony Schiavone. He says there's a long list of guys who want to beat his ass, and the last outlaw is at the front of the list. And the last thing, and if it's the last thing I do in my career, the last outlaw is going to kick your ass. Man, I mean, I guess for a one-off, it's not the worst thing in the world. My problem here, bro, this turned into a Grand Slam match. If you would have
Like
told
what?
me 2-3 years ago that Tony Khan would book Adam Page versus Jeff Jarrett for a Grand Slam, I mean, dude, this is a dynamite match at the very least. This is a fucking dynamite match, a random dynamite match, not a dynamite Grand Slam match. We're getting it on Dynamite in a lumberjack strap match. Love me a strap match, but I fucking hate lumberjack matches. What even is this? And again, I mean, it does make a little bit of sense, being that, the stuff that had happened with, Paige and Jeff Jarrett's wife and stuff like that. But I really just hope this doesn't go on extremely long.
I hope not. I really hope not. I hate lumberjack matches. And I especially hate when they like add a lumberjack stipulation to a part of another stipulation. I'm never a fan of it. But I'm fine with like the little mini thing they got going on. I think it's fine. But what are you doing with Hangman after this, man? That's what I want to know, because if I know Tony Khan, he probably doesn't know.
Yeah, probably not. Ricochet. Ricochet's in the back. He's doing a backstage interview, and Ospreay interrupts him, and he tells Ricochet, "Hey man, my bad for everything I said." And he puts his hand out. Ricochet says, "You don't have to be sorry about anything." Says, "You don't have to be sorry about anything. But there's something you need to know." He says he's been thinking a lot lately about what Will told him. He told him he needs to get his wins up and then come see him, like Will's the big main event or something, just because you got that title. But ever since I got to AEW, everybody's been coming out of their way to try to prove that they're better than Ricochet, and it seems like everybody's more worried about me than I'm worried about them, and it seems like everybody's more worried about me than they're worried about you, he tells Ospreay, because I don't see nobody trying to call you out. Next week, I know you're busy with Kyle trying to reform the United Empire. I think you need another guy for that. Trying to reform the United Empire. I wish you nothing but the best. But the following week, I hope you're not too busy, because I took your advice and I went to talk to Tony. That never ends good.
No.
October 2nd, in 2 weeks, on the 5-year anniversary of AEW Dynamite, It's going to be Ricochet versus Will Ospreay for the international title. Well, you and I have had some matches that changed the landscape of professional wrestling over the past couple years. You've been on another level, but I'm still Ricochet, and I'm out of this world. You're gonna find out why I'll be seeing you. You'll golly, you're gonna find out why I'll be seeing you real soon, little bro.
Isn't he taller than him? Tony, literally, earlier in the night, you're making a mistake of, oh, these two feuded back in the past before this company existed. So, they're both from the same company. Let's run it back and not add anything. And then he said, let's do it again. Twice. Let's do the same thing that's bad. You're doing with Nigel and Brian. And we'll just do it again, but with Ricochet and Will Ospreay. We faced in the past, and that's it. That's why we're doing this match.
Tony.
Dog.
Oh my God. Tony. This guy got here at the end of August. Almost a month. 3 weeks. He was in the company 3 weeks. Here you are already announcing Ospreay and Ricochet. Not even on pay-per-view. It's on Dynamite. It's on fucking Dynamite. It's on the 5-year anniversary of AEW Dynamite. Are you kidding me, dude? Already. So, again, like we talked about with Nigel and Brian, here you are. These guys have a prior feud. You don't want to add nothing. You don't want to add no new layers. You don't want to add AEW layers to the story. You don't want to add maybe some new bullet points to the story. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want to do nothing. You just want them to, or what exactly was the story to their, I mean, from my knowledge, they just had banger super athletic matches back in the day. You didn't want to add any story to that. You didn't want to add, maybe a reason why these guys always want to one up each other. You didn't want a couple, I don't fucking know, live in front of the audience promo battles. You didn't want to add, you didn't want to do nothing. You didn't want to do nothing. Same thing with Brian and Nigel. Their case, it's even worse because Brian hasn't even got a lick of promo time in to even say anything to Nigel McGuinness. You didn't want to do anything. You wanted to take the low road and you wanted to just give us the fucking match on the 5th year anniversary of Dynamite. Are you serious? Your dream match fantasy is only going to take this fucking company so far. It will only take this company so far, and I hate, and I never envision AEW being this company, but the company where when the fans get tired of it, they blame us. They blame us for not liking it. We're supposed to sit back and enjoy these banger matches that do not make a lick of fucking sense. Dude.
What does that sound like?
That's, man, I never envisioned this. At least this soon for AEW. No. This is ridiculous. For a 5-year company to be ignoring your fans and to be doing all this shit and playing up to such a niche audience. I mean, are you serious right now, man? Are you serious with this shit? 3 weeks in the company. Maybe 4. 4 weeks. 3-4 weeks in the company. You're already announcing a match that is, again, we just talked about Grand Slam. What are you going to do? What exactly are you going to do come Australia when you can't sell out the arena? I mean, you might have better luck because it's Australia and you've never been to that market before. Better yet, what are you going to do in at All in Texas? That's in the US. You've been to the US before. You really think they're going to sell that out with ease?
Probably not. I I
What are
doubt they go crazy with ticket sales.
you took away two matches you could have put on that show and actually been two of the biggest story, story riddled matches on that show. Will Ospreay and Ricochet, Brian Danielson and Nigel McGuinness. You took that away. What are you going to do come All In when you can't sell it out? This is why blowing your load with all these dream matches is no good. You want to keep these in your pocket. So when you need when stories die down and you don't really got nothing of intrigue, okay, let's start teasing this. This is intriguing. All right, let's start teasing, Brian and Nigel. Let's start teasing Osprey and Ricochet. You have nothing. You have nothing. After the October 5th episode of Dynamite, you have nothing. And then what? Osprey and Ricochet. You only have one time where that first match, or in this case, the first match in AEW. You only you only
Mhm.
you only get that one time. You only get one first match in the company. And what happens after that? Look at FTR and the Young Bucks. That first
Ugh.
time, boy, was that special. Boy, was that special. And
And now it means nothing. Even the sickos don't give a fuck about that matchup.
yeah, now we see FTR and the Young Bucks, and we feel nothing looking at a graphic of FTR versus the Young Bucks. We feel nothing. And then what's it going to be like with Will Ospreay and Ricochet? We're already getting the first match now, and you're out of your fucking mind if you don't think that we're gonna get
We're gonna get like,
a second, a third,
dude.
a fourth, a
I
fifth, a sixth.
we're gonna. I could easily see a best of seven series. Easily, I could see them doing that with these two. I wouldn't doubt it.
Dude, I do not understand what it's gonna take for Tony Khan to fucking realize that this dream match fantasy bullshit can only take you so fucking far. 3 weeks. Three
Literally,
fucking
dude.
weeks in the company. And we're already getting it on free television.
For the 5-year anniversary. Fucking, how about we compare the crowd size from the first episode to this episode? Let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah. How about that? How about it? I would love to do that. I would love to compare that. In the main event, Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, and Takeshita defeated the Elite. Um, Ospreay and Fletcher hit the Coriolis to Matt Jackson to secure the victory. After this, United Empire's Tron's play as they're all celebrating. Takeshita muffs Will Ospreay in the face. Muffs him. Interesting. I
Hmm.
don't. It's incredibly interesting, being that Takeshita kind of teased a feud with Okada. Now I guess he's mad at Ospreay. I don't know what Ospreay did to him other than beating him at Revolution. Um, okay. Um, yeah. So that's that. And that was AEW Dynamite, man. Oh Lord, was that just an abundance of fuckery?
Hmm. Fucking complete fuckery from head to toe, man. Bunch of illogical decisions, bunch of just just dumb, lame, pointless shit.
Ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous, man. Not my AEW.
No, no, this isn't.
SmackDown. SmackDown, dude. SmackDown had this insane video package or cinematic video of a face-to-face of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Boy, do I love Lee Fitting or Jeremy Borash and Paul. I know apparently Jeremy Borash and Paul Heyman were behind this, and oh my god, they knocked this out of the park.
Oh, it
So,
was fucking phenomenal, dude.
oh my god. I mean, talk about like production work and like just presentation. I mean, this just felt ginormous. It really did. This felt like a huge deal. Roman drives in to the Georgia Tech field and with 7 Escalades.
Dang.
7 of them. He comes in like he's the fucking president. Cody then drives in a white Mustang. They drive onto the field and they meet center field right on the Georgia Tech logo. Roman says, you see this field you're standing on? It's mine. Years ago, I shed blood, sweat, and tears on this field many times. So that means this is my field. And if this is my field, this is my stadium. If this is my stadium, you better believe this is my city. What are you doing for my city? Cody says 7 cars. Subtle. He says, you say this is your stadium? You know what's on the other side of this stadium? Techwood Studios. There down the street, center stage, what we used to call the Omni, now called State Farm Arena. I've bled for this city and in this city. You played football here, and then you went back to the beach. This is your field, but this is my home. Roman says, you've signed yourself into a lose-lose situation. You have everything to lose, and you sign yourself into a situation with people that have nothing to lose. Take me, for example. They took Jimmy from me. They took my wise man. They took my bloodline. They took my Ulafala. For the first time in a long time, there's no weight on my neck. It's all on yours. I'm a man with no country now. Cody says, you're telling me this like I'm supposed to be surprised. He says, I told you before WrestleMania, the first go around, you would be standing here just how you're standing here now. A chief without a tribe. They took Jimmy, they took your wise man, they took the Ulafala. You really think you have nothing to lose because I see that situation, and I'll raise you another. Take a look around. Take a look around WWE. Take a real good look. We have a tribal chief, and it's not you. We have a WWE champion, and it's not you. So if you can't even beat your own bloodline, who's standing here right now? Because it's not the biggest box office attraction in the history of WWE, the guaranteed WrestleMania main eventer. It's the guy they used to call Roman Reigns. Roman says, just tell me what you want, as he's starting to get visibly annoyed. Cody says, what do I want? I want your word. I want your word that you will have my back so that I can have yours. Roman says, I'll give you my word. I'll give you my word. But just know when it's all done, I'm taking back what's mine. He goes to walk away. Cody steps in front of him and he says, it's not yours to take. Roman says, you're in my way. Cody steps out of his way. Roman says, you're in my way in life. As he walks back to his 7 vehicles as Cody stands center of the field. I was praying that Cody wasn't going to stand in the middle of the field and hold up the WWE Championship. I was praying He would not do that. That would have been some cringy work, but he did not. He stood there with the belt over his shoulder because I would belt. I'm just thinking to myself the whole time, don't fucking raise that belt up, bro. There is nobody fucking here in this stadium to see that. Like, bro, do not hold that fucking belt up. And thankfully, he did not, bro. But this segment, man, this segment was insane work, bro. This segment was insane work. This was great stuff. I like the callback to the original promo, and I like Roman coming to the realization of, he's a man with nothing to lose. And I love this story, and obviously, man, all the twists and turns that this bloodline stuff takes, it always amazes me how they can keep this hype going, and how they can just continue to add new fucking layers to the story, and how it can continue to take different turns that you don't expect and just create captivating week to week, month to month television, bro. It's really not that hard.
It's really not, and I'm really glad with what we got here on Friday. Thought it was really good. Love the cinematicness. I love the vibe to it, and I love what they said, man. I like the vibe that Roman has right now. That it's a weight lifted off his shoulder, even though it, reality in character, that's probably just a coping mechanism for losing everything. And I'm intrigued to see how this all plays out, man. Love the segment. Great shit with what they did there, and I can't wait to see this match.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, man. I thought this was great stuff. I thought this was great stuff, bro. Jacob Fatu hit one of the absolute funniest, most ruthless hip attacks I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh,
This man comes running across the backstage area, hip attacks Tommaso Ciampa into a production crate, falls over the production crate, gets up, screams, and walks out like nothing happened.
goat.
Bro.
Man, man's a demon.
So in the main event, the Bloodline are attacking Cody. Or sorry, KO. They're attacking KO, and yet again, Cody Rhodes comes out to his save. And we get another segment where Kevin Owens is conflicted on what he should do. He's conflicted on he's got a chair, and he's got, Cody's got his back turned to him, and we get another shot, man, where Kevin Owens almost, he kind of you could just see it in his facial expressions, bro. He looks like he's just getting really pissed off, and you could tell throughout the night he was very upset that Cody Rhodes was teaming with Roman Reigns. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. At first, when we started having the conversations about Kevin Owens turning heel, I thought, I don't really know. I don't know what, this is kind of going to lead into or whatever. I don't really know how this is going to go. That this might, be something, a little, I don't know. I didn't know, right? I didn't know about it, but I'm telling you, bro, as time moves on, I've came up with some pretty cool avenues this story can take, and I would actually really love to see it. If he does turn on
Hmm.
Cody, I think it's going to be something for Cody to do at the undercard of the Royal Rumble, because, that's something small enough for him to do at the Royal Rumble, and that's something where he can get like an easy sort of victory over. Either that, or Kevin may be pissed that Cody is teaming with Roman. What's he going to think? What's Kevin Owens going to think when, after all that they've been through, the honorary Uce is
Mm-hmm.
back with Roman? That is what intrigues me, because again, maybe he doesn't turn on Cody Rhodes. Maybe Cody Rhodes is kind of a thing where he's pissed, but it doesn't hit him like it would for Sammy, because Sammy and KO battled Roman and Solo Sikoa, and Kevin Owens helped Sammy free himself from the bloodline, and from, the bloodline being manipulative to him and whatever. Kevin Owens kind of helped Sammy free himself from that. So again, if he's pissed that Cody's teaming with Roman, what is he gonna think when? What is he gonna think when? And then two, you got to think way back. Jey Uso was traded to Monday Night Raw for who? Kevin Owens. And who
Mhm.
facilitated that trade to put Kevin Owens back on the same show with the Bloodline? Cody Rhodes.
Right. Mhm.
So the more I started to think into that, the more I think, wow, this KO heel turn actually might have a lot more intrigue than I originally thought at face value. As the wheels started to turn in my brain, it suddenly got a lot more intriguing to me. Then again, the light bulb went off when I said to myself, wait a minute, if he's mad that Cody's teaming with Roman Reigns, what the fuck is he gonna think when Sammy is donning the honorary Uce shirt again? That's probably gonna piss him off. Um, so I'm very interested for that, and yeah, I'm interested. I'm a lot more interested than I originally was for a Kevin Owens heel turn because again, as I started to think about it, they've probably been planning this for the better part of a year, and we didn't even know it
Mm.
yet.
Literally, dude. Literally, it's crazy. I'm very intrigued in the direction. I really like that idea of yours where he really is bit mad at Sammy, and that's like the snapping point. I really like that, and I hope that's the path they go with. But it's interesting nonetheless that they've been teasing it. They're definitely doing something.
Absolutely. And I thought this was good stuff. I thought this was good stuff. Jacob Fatu's a legend. He always just, dude, he's so hilarious, bro. Just how are you gonna hip attack him? Throw yourself across the backstage area onto a slab of concrete, get up, scream, and then just walk out like nothing fucking
Fucking
happened.
demon, dude. Love them.
Hilarious, bro. Um, this was good stuff, and I really enjoyed this, man. And I'm very interested to see where this whole story takes us, man. I'm very intrigued to see. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see this stuff, and I'm excited for this, man. I'm excited for this for sure.
Oh, 100%.
That was everything from SmackDown. Well, I'm sure you guys seen the Carmelo put the fries in the bag, bro. You're washed, bro.
They gotta say it's kind
That
of
was
brutal.
hilarious. That was hilarious, bro. Um, Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. This episode was your September 23rd from Ontario, California edition of Raw. The show opened up with Dominic riding in a lowrider with Liv Morgan in the passenger seat. I don't know where the rest of Judgment Day was, but he was riding in a lowrider. And Wade Barrett, bro, he starts doing the hydraulics, right? He starts making the car bounce, and Wade Barrett said something like, I don't know which hydraulics Liv Morgan likes more, the car or Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And then he just starts dying laughing as Joe Tessitore is just disgusted by what he just said. And fucking Wade Barrett, bro.
It,
This man's a
it shit
legend.
is, dude. That is fucking hilarious. I love Wade.
So Dominic and Liv, they get out of the car and Dominic's like all cool. He's feeling himself. He's like strutting into the arena. And then all of a sudden, Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed go fucking flying past them into a merch stand and just wipe the thing out. Um,
Sure.
and then and then Dom was sitting there looking all scared, so that was hilarious. But that was the open. That was the opening segment, or at least the opening little precursor segment to get past the opening walk-in sequences of the show.
Definitely. Like what they did there. That was a shocker seeing those two barrel through
Oh
the
God.
scene, and
That was hilarious, bro. So the actual opening segment was Liv Morgan promo. Liv is out there with Dominic. She says, "We're out here to do a victory lap," which nobody here knows because they are not winners. And they did it because they're doing it because the revenge tour is going exactly how it was planned. She says the plan was to take everything from Rhea Ripley, and that's exactly what she did. The world title is hers. The Judgment Day is hers. The most gorgeous man in all of WWE, as Dominic is standing there flexing, legitimately with both arms up, like a fucking goof, just sitting there flexing. She says, "Dirty Dominic Mysterio is hers." Rhea Ripley,
Mm.
comes out there, and she tells Liv to shut up. She told Liv she can take it easy because I'm not gonna hit you. Not out here to hit you. She said she has something she needs to tell her. In fact. She told Dominic to get out of her face before she makes him. As Rhea got in the ring, Dominic kind of stepped in her face. Liv tells Rhea, since she wants to talk like that to Dominic, maybe he would have stayed with her if she cared about him half as much as she cares about Damian Priest. She asked Rhea, she asked Rhea if she was about to say she was not cleared to compete because of what they did to her knee. She says that wouldn't matter anyway because she would still make Rhea do the match and she would still beat her because she's smarter than her. Rhea says she's fully cleared for bad blood. In fact, she says Dominic wants to always stick his nose in the world championship business. She says, since Dominic always wants to stick his nose in the world championship business because the only reason Liv is still the champion and the reason Liv won the championship is because of Dominic. She says she talked to Adam Pearce and they decided at Bad Blood Dominic will be exactly where he belongs, behind bars, hanging in a shark cage.
Mm.
And she and then she said, and what I said before, I take it back. And obviously she headbutted Liv Morgan. So obviously she was talking about when she told Liv that she was not out here to hit her. She headbutts Liv. As Dominic will be in a shark cage, I will say, I hate the one thing I hate. So shark cage matches are obviously not my favorite. The one shark
No.
cage match we seen, Jericho dropped the Jericho dropped the he dropped the like a weapon down to Kevin Owens from the shark cage, and then the other one, Enzo was pulling a Diddy and he baby oiled himself up to slip through the cage. So super
It wasn't
corny
for me.
and just kind of stupid. The Jericho one was cool. I just wish they wouldn't have did that in the first match. I wish they would have actually like built legitimacy to the stipulation instead of making it so obvious that you could cheat in it. Um
Yeah.
so that's why I like when AEW did the shark cage, how the shark cage was in the crowd. I like that. I like that a lot
Yeah.
better because you can't just like literally the first match and it killed the aura of the stipulation if there even was any to
Just
begin
drop the
with.
weapon.
Jericho just drops a weapon down to him like, dude, could you at least
I'm
like
sure that's gonna happen at some point in their match.
oh, I am positive. I'm positive something like that is going to happen. So that was that, and like I said, I would actually like to see them legitimately use the stipulation and maybe not have Dominic cheat and maybe, try to add some legitimacy to it and actually make it, a thing where it's like a feared kind of stipulation and not something that's so easy to cheat from.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I definitely would like that. I hope so. And I'm intrigued to see how WWE is gonna do it with their modern camera work. I could definitely
Yeah.
see them putting a camera inside that shark cage nowadays, so we get a real good perspective on the
I
inside
actually
of it.
think they might have
So
had one. I think
did they?
they might have.
Oh, dude, I don't remember it cutting to one of those feeds, dude. I just remember Might have. I don't know. It was fucking dude. I tried to block those memories so much, so I don't know. But I'm intrigued. I don't mind the shark cage. I'm intrigued to see how they're gonna do it. I hope they do cool stuff with it. I really do. But I'm very curious to see how they do it. Although I do gotta say, one thing that did crack me up is right after they, said the shark cage stipulation, fucking Dominic is just yelling, "I can't go back." Dog.
Yes, the
That shit
dude,
killed me.
this man. Yeah, he's hilarious, bro. He's a gem. But yeah, so that was that. That was that, man. And man, I gotta say, bro, I don't know if I'm a little too in over my head on this one, bro, but like the more I see him, and the more he's gonna hone his skill in the ring, he's got it, bro.
Oh, Dominic, I think Dominic's doing great, dude. It's so funny because when he first came in, he was so ass. Dude couldn't
Oh, bro.
wrestle. He fucking couldn't cut a promo. He looked like a goof. And he really came into his own, man. And I'm really
Man,
happy to see how he turned out. And I think he does have all the potential in the world now.
I'm telling you, bro, and like and he ain't even bad in the ring, but I'm telling you, bro, if WWE were to let him, wrestle a little more and kind of put him in high, high level situations, just the swagger that he has and just the heel just dick attitude
That,
that he has and like his
hmm
mannerisms, like when Liv Morgan is hyping him up and he's sitting in the ring flexing like a fucking goofball, like he's so hateable, but it's just so
he
fucking
is.
good. And
He's such like a little fucker. It's great.
like man, I genuinely cannot believe I'm saying this because Dominic came in. He had that match with Seth Rollins, and it was for somebody's first match. It was good. It
Fine.
was good. It was a good
Yeah.
first match for somebody's first ever match. Seth Rollins brought him to a great match. And then obviously, we seen Dominic and he was Dominic and he was just Ray's son. And but I gotta say, bro, that man he's absolutely came into his own. Like, and
He
it
has.
like it's insane to see, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah, he's got it, bro. He's got it, and I hope WWE again lets him level up his skills in the ring, man. I would like to see WWE kind of let him, um, again, not that he's bad in the ring, but continue to wrestle, continue to get reps so he can hang with those upper echelon of guys. Eventually, when it is his time to be next up, he's ready for it. So but no, man, this was
Exactly.
great. This was great. He's got the timing, he's got the mannerisms. Like I said, he's got the swagger. He's got it all, bro. He's got it all, man. So yes, they just got to figure out how to piece him together, man. And he will be a stud for this company for years to come, bro. He will. So that was that good segment. And like I said, again, I don't really know how I feel about the shark cage. I'm interested to see how Triple H can do it. I could say that, but at the same time, man, it's
Mhm.
just it's a shark cage, bro. I mean, how excited can I really be? The we haven't really got the best examples set for us.
Record. No, exactly. So I believe in Triple H, and I hope the match does go well.
Yeah. Sami Zayn defeats Ludwig Kaiser. This is a really good match. Sami Zayn, this was like the ultimate underdog of victories, bro. Kaiser had this man beat. Kaiser did his little run around the ring, drop kick thing to Sami Zayn. He beat the shit out of Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn powered back in underdog fashion, bro, and beat him with a haluva kick. And this man was cooked. This man was cooked afterwards, and this man was cooked afterwards, and this is a very good match. Underdog win by Sami Zayn. Sami sort of getting back to, I guess, his roots of being the underdog, and it was a very good victory, man. And yeah, I like this match a lot.
Definitely a great match, great underdogness from, Sami Zayn, one of the best at it. So, great match, dude.
After this was easily the funniest fucking part of the night. Gunther comes speed walking out there in ring gear. No coat, just ring gear, wearing the championship. Gunther speed walks to the ring. He says, "I've seen enough. You've been telling me for a while you want a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. If you want this more than anything else, then I think Ontario, California is the right place. Is the right place for you or for this to step up to you, or for me to step up to you and say no." He, dude, I,
Came out there with ring gear to say
dude,
no.
he, bro, Gunther is fucking hilarious, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This guy is so funny, dude. How are you gonna walk all the way out there, mad as hell, just to get on the apron, yell at this man, and say, "I think this is the perfect place for me to step up to you, tell you no." Wade Barrett lost it. He fucking
Oh,
lost it. He was dying. He was dying laughing, talking about this is comedy gold. Joe Tessitore was pissed. He was pissed. Then he says no. He laughs at Sami Zayn and then just walks away without a care in the world. As Sami's in the ring,
love it.
he just went through hell. And he just went through hell, and Gunther just walks away on him. He just fucking walks away, without a fucking care in the world for anything. Dude, Gunther, bro, this man is too funny, dude. Some bro, I- again, for anybody that tries to argue that this man don't got no sort of charisma, bro, you are a half-witted idiot, bro. This man is so hilarious. It's not even fathomable.
No, it's really not. That man is absolutely hilarious. He's such a fucking asshole, and it's great. He just enjoys being an asshole so
Dude,
much, and that's what just makes it so good. He says the most foul, fucked up shit with just the biggest smile on his face. I love it. He's doing fucking phenomenal.
man, he's hilarious, bro. And Gunther versus Sami Zayn at Bad Blood, dude, that card is
Looking real fucking good.
that shit might be show of the year, bro. The way they're going.
It very well might be. It's building up to something like that.
100%. New Day. Kofi. Kofi brings Xavier Woods some old New Day memorabilia. He brings Francesca, the trumpet, or the trombone, or the
Whatever it is.
yeah, whatever. Um, to get them back on track. Woods disagrees. He says we should not have to revert back to old stuff. We should try to move forward. Kofi says, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. I see where you're coming." Kofi says, "You know what? Over the next few weeks, you call the shots. You're in charge." Xavier is, happy. Xavier did try to apologize to him, for what he did last week. He just said, heat of the moment, I was pissed. We lost. Um, American Made comes in, and Chad Gable says he just came to show his crew what not to be like. A couple of has-beens who have to bring out toys and sugar. I love that. That is hilarious.
It's just hilarious. The frat bros, I love it.
A couple of has-beens who have to bring out toys and sugar. Kofi then says, "Oh man, whoa, 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 watch out, there's Uncle Howdy." Gable gets scared. He fucking turns around. He turns around, and the New Day start laughing at him because he's still scared of Uncle Howdy. Gable says, "I'm not scared of Uncle Howdy. We're done with that family of freaks." Woods then says, "Well, since I'm the quarterback, the first play as we're gonna show the Creeds who the New Day are tonight. That was that, and Gable is Gable's so good, bro.
I mean,
Chad
it's
Gable's
hilarious.
hilarious. A
I
couple
love the fucking
couple of has-beens that have to bring out toys and sugar, dude.
the fitness frat, bro. I love it, dude. That shit's
Hilarious.
hilarious.
Um, JD McDonald is in the back. And they are he walked in on Liv and Dominic complaining to Adam Pearce about their match with about the shark cage. So the whole Judgment Day goes to walk away, and JD runs into Dragunov. They have a slight confrontation. Dragunov tells him, sorry, JD tells him, I would have ended you last week had Finn not had Finn not told me not to. And Dragunov said, well, he's not here this week, and you still won't do anything. JD said,
Right.
well, Carlito's got a match, so I got to handle some Judgment Day business, but I'm gonna get back to you. Dragunov says, yeah, go on, walk away. And yeah, so they're building Dragunov versus the Judgment Day, which should be interesting because Dragunov and Finn Balor, Dragunov and fucking JD McDonough, bro. Man, that's about to be
Some good
insane.
fucking matches, though.
Yes.
Hell yeah, dude. Sounds really good.
Dragon Lee takes on Carlito in a match that lasted 3 minutes. Bro. Now look, I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna sit here and tell you every match on Raw needs to be 20 minutes. But bro, 3 minutes?
When the whole point of a guy like Dragon Lee is he's, more of the wrestler type guy, so you would think you would put some more time on that style of guys matches.
You would really think, bro. You would really think.
Well,
Rey Mysterio helps him, fend off the Judgment Day that are trying to distract him on the outside. Dragon Lee hits like a spinning reverse DDT to Carlito, and he picks up the victory for himself. So Dragon Lee getting a victory, man, and I like to see it. I like to see it, man. And I'm thinking
okay.
when they bring the Lucha Bros in,
Yeah,
would you put them on SmackDown and maybe team them up with a guy like Andrade? Or would you put them on Raw and maybe, well, like, what if you teamed them up with a guy like Dragon Lee and have Dragon Lee
mm,
step away from the LWO? Because I'm sorry, that group needs to that group
man,
needs to be done.
and yeah, just cook the group, dude. It failed. It's not a good group. It's just a bunch of happy Mexicans together just hanging out. That's
Literally.
all it is. It's literally all it is. So I would just can the fucking group. But I like the idea of Dragon Lee with them actually. Give him, a darker attire. Give him a new vibe, dude. Kind of. Obviously, don't copy it, but in terms of vibe and style of attire, give Dragon Lee like a Luchasaur, like a current Luchasaurus type attire, the dark,
He
scaly dragon type shit.
he
I
was
think that would be really sick.
he was wearing a really cool like dragon helmet tonight for his entrance, and his mask was like black. And it's funny you say that because that's exactly what I thought of that's why I asked you this, was because when he came out, I said to myself, I'm like,
He's
this
pretty
kind of
cool, dark.
vibe alongside like maybe like the Lucha Bros would be like really cool. It's funny you
I
say
think that
that.
would be sick. Because I know they're gonna have their like. I feel like, I don't know what they're gonna be. I hope low key heels when they come in, but I feel like
Yeah.
no matter what, how they come in, they'll come in on a darker vibe than they had in AEW. So I think that could really work with all three of those
Talking
three
about
working
Penta
together like that.
Oscuro.
Genuinely, you could tell, dude, it's like fucking betting on fucking, I don't even know to know what he's going to be called in this company. At least it's going to be consistent because it's WWE. But man, you could bet like 5 different names for what this man is going to be called in this company. I'm so
Yeah.
curious.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna
And
lie to you guys. I never liked the name Penta. I like the name Penta as a nickname. My
yeah,
favorite name for him was always Pentagon Junior, with
yep,
Pentagon
that's my favorite.
as a, or sorry, with
The full
Penta as a nickname.
Exactly, Pentagon Jr., full name. Penta is just what you call him in a backstage segment real quick. You know what I mean? A nickname, something you just use.
Yep.
But I hated the Penta Oscuro, the Penta. I liked Pentagon Jr. But I gotta agree with you, that's my favorite version of his name. I don't
Cause
know why
dude,
there's diversions of his name, but
Dude, AEW with Penta, bro, they were pulling the Mia Yin Meechim. I mean, this guy had a new name.
Mhm.
One week he's Penta Oscuro. In the beginning of AEW, he was Pentagon. Then he was Pentagon Junior. Then he was Penta. Then he was Penta L0 Miedo. Then he was Penta L0M. Then he like
like
what the
dog, I
fuck?
like Pentagon Jr. It's cool. It's got Pentagon in it. It's cool. You got the Junior. I like that. Keep that. And gladly Ray Phoenix doesn't have to change his name. He's just Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, that well, you better be glad Vince is gone because there couldn't have been two Rays on television.
Oh no, he would have just he probably would have just been Phoenix, which that would have been
Eh,
survivable.
I was gonna say
That would
that.
have been fine.
Yeah,
So
that's not horrible.
that would
Phoenix.
have been no, that would have been too bad. Just Phoenix. That's not horrible. Obviously, it's Triple H. He'll actually keep his full name, Ray Phoenix, and
Yeah.
it'll be cool. But you know, we actually probably would have survived under Triple H, under not Triple H, Vince.
Well, then again, well, if it was Vince, I might make you retract the
Vince,
statement.
yeah,
If it was Vince, they would have got a clean. They would have been called
clean
like
name.
the. It would have been
The
called like
fuck,
the
dude.
fearless the fearless luchas or something, and they would have been like Juan and Cortez of the fearless luchas.
Cortez.
That would have been their fucking names, Juan and Cortez of the fearless luchas. That would have been their fucking names if Vince had any
Uh,
control over it. Like with the Motor City
yeah.
Machine Guns, oh, they would have easily been like the Detroit guys. They would have
Oh
been
yeah.
like M Mitch and Mike of the Detroit Raiders or something.
It would like Mitch and Mike or fucking some mechanic ass name.
Yeah.
Mitch and Doug. Fucking your mechanic.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. The man, the
He
Detroit
hears the word
Motors or
motor.
something.
Yep, he hears the word motor. They would have had a mechanic gimmick, no doubt
Or
about
they
it.
would have been named after an engine, like a V8. They would have been called the
Oh,
V6, the four cylinders.
oh, the fuck, fucking man, this shit would have been so ass. Oh,
Man.
they would have been wearing like the fucking mechanic, fucking Michael
Oh,
Myers jumpsuit and
oh.
shit.
Yeah, with the little name patches on them. That would have been bad. But yeah, fucking
Wasn't
uh
y'all gonna get a mechanic gimmick
FTR, yes.
originally?
FTR's original tag team names before it was FTR Gun and FTR Bald. It was the Mechanics.
A mechanic. Yep, I remember somebody was gonna get that. It was gonna be a revival. They were gonna get fucking the mechanics.
Maybe that would have shut Dax up on Twitter, having him walk around with a
Uh,
fucking with a wrench, and having
oh
FTR
yeah,
Gun walk around with the tire pressure gun that you use to shoot the
literally.
air into the tires, fit his character.
No, that would have been their names, dude. Like it would have been like Hammer and Wrench as their fucking
Oh,
individual names.
pressure,
Hander and
tire pressure,
Fresh
and
up,
wrench.
Fresh Wrench. Oh, you'd have been some shit like that,
You
dude.
know, I mean, you got to use the little air gun. I mean, it fits cash. Put
Yeah,
the
if it really
air
does
in.
fit. Yeah, he's putting air. He's putting something in people.
Yeah, but yeah, them hollow tips. So, dude, Man, yeah. So anyways, yeah, I was thinking about that when Dragon Lee was coming out. I was like, man, that would actually be really cool. That would be really cool for him to come out and kind of fit like the vibe of the Lucha Bros. Kind of fit the vibe of the Lucha Bros, which is it would have been very cool. And again, too, Dragon Lee, he's way too talented to be hanging out with LWO. I'm sorry, man, but like Rey Mysterio, like obviously he's Rey, like we all love Rey, but he's not really doing anything. He's not really elevating anybody that he's in a group with. And
No,
then Mr. Joe Kwan and Raul Mendoza are, I mean
they
they they
they exist.
have failed to do anything substantial out of minus their NXT run in WWE. So that's been a colossal failure as well. But I would like to see Dragon Lee step away from it, and either WWE can make AEW look incredibly sick and put them with Andrade like AEW should have back in 2021 and have them be like this cartel style faction. I think would be awesome on SmackDown.
'Cause
Mhm.
even then with the what's his fucking name? Black Skull. What's his goddamn name?
Black
The
Mask.
Black Mask. Yeah, that Black Mask attire with like even the Lucha Bros. We said it back in AEW. That would have been so sick. Oh, that would have been
Yes.
so
Could you
sick, dude.
imagine them doing promo videos like all like Andrade's in his pinstripe suit and they're just in suits with their masks on? That'd have been sick.
Oh, that'd have been so fucking sick, dude.
How do you not have a how are you a promoter and you don't have a mind for just production and the film aspect behind your product? I don't get it.
You have to care about like a film and just cool shot type aspect when you're booking these things and these people because that matters so much.
Yeah.
Is just the look, the
Yeah.
cool shot of these people and their entrances and their backs. Like imagine, like you said, they all got their suits, they got their mask. Yeah, it'd kind of be hard to talk with Andrade's mask, so maybe it's just sitting on the table in front of
Yeah.
him as he's talking. Dude, you got fucking stacks of money. Who knows? You know what you could put on that table. You probably put some other
Tony
stuff that
Khan
Tony
could
Khan would have
probably
been a
put
fan.
some of his trademark booger sugar all over the table. So,
Exactly. That's what they're fucking selling and shit. Like, dude, so many cool visuals you could have done, and
oh
they
yeah.
didn't.
Oh yeah. Like could you imagine the promo starting off and they're in like, a dark kind of warehouse and they all step into the light and Andrade takes his mask off, the black mask and starts fucking talking. I mean, what the fuck? How do you how do
That'd
you
be
not have a how do you not have a mind for like look at care do you think half of the people would have been like do you think half of the people that were watching NXT in 2020 would have fucked with Karrion Kross if he didn't have that level of just production and film behind his act? No. That
so
was the
cool.
act. Was how cool the production was.
That was the whole act, and it's just like you gotta have that act. You gotta have that element to be elevated. That's kind of the whole point.
I don't get it, bro. I don't understand it. So yeah, Dragon Lee defeats Carlito as it remains to be seen what exactly they do with the Lucha Bros. Um, Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is in the back. Speaking of the devil, he's in the back and he tells Miz he needs to do because Miz is still asking why everybody's doubting him. Excuse me. Kross tells Miz that he needs to be the guy who does not care what anyone thinks of him and win at all costs. He says monsters come in all different shapes and sizes. We'll have to say this was actually a promo where Karrion Kross did not have his goons hanging over his shoulder, and he also was not gritting his teeth, talking like a fucking idiot. He actually was talking in a cool Karrion Kross type manner.
Exactly. I miss that character, the cool, calm, and collective carrying cross that could snap into that teeth gritting fucking, murderer, essentially. I really like that. I like that. I wish they just would bring back that character, dude, the hitman, the Agent 47 type shit. Bring that back, please. That was the best carrying cross. And bring that shit back and disband this fucking group. I want to see AOP by themselves. I want to see him by himself. I just need it.
Take the fucking do-rag and the fucking falling off his face glasses off of Paul Ellering, please.
Looks like a
Um,
fucking goof.
Golly. Miz goes out for his match with Bronson Reed, and Bronson gets attacked by Braun Strowman. These two are in a pull-apart brawl as Bronson Reed continues to kind of get thrown around a little by Braun Strowman, so I don't like that. But they're getting their match next week. They're getting their match next week, and it is confirmed for a last monster standing match. So I like that, and I think Bronson is going to win it, hopefully in convincing fashion. Because yeah, we need he's been the last 2 weeks Braun's been standing tall. So I'm excited to see Bronson hopefully get a victory, man. But these guys brawled. Braun was gonna go for a top rope superplex and they stopped him. So this was good though, man. This was good. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. This stuff's been great. This stuff, like I said, I don't want it to go on too long. I don't want them to make Bronson Reed just kind of a gimmicky guy that does a bunch of gimmick spots. I actually want to see him be a killer. And I want to see
Mhm.
him actually do things on the show. Maybe he goes for the IC title. Maybe he does a plethora of different things until Seth Rollins gets back. But when Rollins gets back, I fully expect him to beat Rollins as well. So, um,
Mhm.
so yeah, man. But this was good stuff this week, and I'm excited for what they got planned next.
Definitely. I'm excited to see the match, dude, and I like overall what they did this week, man, and I can't wait to see where Bronson Reed goes from there.
Definitely, bro. Drew McIntyre. He comes out and he cuts a dark, scathing promo of his own, very similar to Punk's last week. Low tone, dark vibe. I like it. The lights were dimmed, kind of adding to the production of the show.
Goes dark.
Yeah. He
Miss it.
says he's been thinking about what Punk has said for the past week, and you can look in his eyes. He meant everything he said. And for once, he was real and truthful. He says you were ready to sacrifice all of this. You are ready to sacrifice all of this. Um and so am I. He says he does not want to go back. He says, to tell you the truth, I don't want to go back inside Hell in a Cell. He says he's been in the match more than once and it's broken things that have not been fixed to this day. Oh Jesus. Um he says his wife has begged him to get away to get away from CM Punk because she can see what it is doing to her husband. He says it does not matter what anyone thinks. This match is going to happen at Bad Blood. He says he promises that he promises that he's going to make Punk bleed. He says he promises he's going to make Punk bleed and a lot. He promises he's going to make Punk bleed a lot, and he's going to make him suffer and feel the most pain he's ever felt in his existence. He said it's funny. He compared himself to the devil last week because this has always been a battle of good versus evil. And of course, you compare yourself to a supernatural being. You've always seen yourself as a godlike figure, but you are just a man that a man that I have broken so easily, and a man that I will break permanently inside Hell in a Cell. This was awesome.
Oh,
I love the vibe that they are putting and the aura they are putting around this Hell in a Cell match. I mean, they are knocking it out of the fucking park.
hell yeah, dude. I really like what they're doing here. I like the vibe. One thing though, I gotta say, and
Okay.
I really hope this happens in the match, dude. They're talking about blood. Fucking CM Punk is posting blood on his story, his face covered in blood and shit. If we don't get the bleeding of at least a Moxley Dynamite match, I think you're really going wrong. We need to see some type of blood with all the blood mentions and the hype for it. We gotta see it. Don't shy away. You don't gotta go crazy. I just gotta see something because it is CM Punk and he does love to bleed. We all seen the fucking All In clip. Um, so I hope we get something, dude. I hope they don't chip us from that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I don't think you're gonna be upset with Drew
I don't
McIntyre
think.
saying that he's gonna make him bleed a lot. Punk saying he's going to make him bleed. The show is called Bad Blood. I mean, take it like this. They had Cody bleeding in the steel cage match with Solo Sikoa. If
He did.
Cody
He
bled
did.
on SmackDown on Fox, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be
I
okay.
hope
And then
so.
there was also bleeding in another match recently. I can't
There was.
remember. Oh, I can't remember what match it was, but I know there was there was a lot of blood. Not a lot, but there was blood. But I honestly think I
Are
think
you
I
thinking it went on Seth coughing up blood?
that too. Yes, that was another time. But I think too, I think Triple H wants to add an aura to Hell in a Cell that has not been seen in years. And I think that he's going to make Hell in a Cell one of the only matches where you do see a fuck ton of blood.
Exactly. I
I
don't want to
think.
see it every week. I don't. That's not what I'm trying to get here. I don't want to fucking AEW this shit. But I do want to get it where it matters. And Hell in a Cell is supposed to be the place where we get that shit. So I hope we do.
Yes, and I think too, once we move to Netflix, I think for big time situations, I think that I think that, we're gonna start seeing blood again. And I don't think we're gonna see it a lot because WWE is very conservative with things like this. They like to keep things special, which is one thing I love about their production. I always have loved that
Mm.
about the production. Even the way they deal with cursing. They don't do it a lot. Could they do it a lot? Yes, they absolutely could do it a lot, but they don't, because when somebody curses on television, they want it to be a big deal. They want it to grab your attention. If you're, talking like us, then a curse word is it
Means
doesn't it
nothing.
doesn't mean anything. But
Exactly.
for a wrestling stance,
Oh,
it needs to be able to captivate, you know what I mean? As to where our situation, we're more so just kicking it with you guys.
just
This
talking.
exactly. So that is one thing I like, and I think Triple H is going to add something to Hell in a Cell where it's one of the only times a year where you see blood in
Just
in a match,
okay.
because he wants it to go along with the nature of Hell in a Cell and the nature of this is the most dangerous match that WWE has to offer, and I like that.
Exactly. I really do like that.
So that is that, man. Damage Control defeated the oh, my bad. Adam Pierce did announce the last monster standing match for next week, and he did run over in the backstage area to find Pete Dunne attacking Sheamus with the cricket bat. As yeah, that was that. So I'm assuming that will obviously lead somewhere in their mini storyline, but yeah, man. So that was
Really.
that was that.
Oh yeah, I like what they're doing there.
Damage Control defeated the Unholy Union. EO hit the
Oh
over the
no.
moonsault on um Isla Dawn, as it looks like they're next in contention for the women's tag team championships, as Bianca and Jade were sitting ringside.
Yay.
Yeah. Braun Breaker is backstage. He says it's game day and the dogs are barking in Ontario. It also means there's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser. This championship deserves the right superstar carrying it over their shoulder. He says, "I'm sorry, it's not." He says, he says he's sorry, but he's not going to be the one getting his ass kicked. But after a couple months, um, when you reclimb the ladder, Jay, I will gladly give you another shot at the championship because I'm going to be champ for a long time. Uh, obviously, this aged like fucking month old milk. Um,
Mhm.
the next thing we get is a video package. Not a video package, a video teaser of a ring of fire with some very Viking like letters on it. And all we
You know what
hear
they say?
is fate is woven.
I love it, dude. I love the fiery aspect. And someone, posted, what the Viking Nordic letters mean. Those three letters spell out war.
No. Oh, I got
Mm-hmm.
chills. Woo!
They spell out war, dude. I
We're
hope we get
getting
it. Yeah, dude.
if we get Hanson and Rowe, dude, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna mark the fuck out a
Bro,
real ass, legit tag team back.
and then
The
we're just gonna
goated
hear
ones too.
War Raiders.
Oh, God damn it. Good
And
thing, good thing that Rebel's coming up, man. Cause get a fucking
dude,
Viking Norwegian rock band to fucking play these guys out.
I don't even
Dude,
know about all
I
that,
didn't
bro.
want to understand what the language is, dude.
Give me that CFO song, bro. Do do do
That would
do 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 do, bro. That shit,
bring back the
man.
war chant, bro. Because nowadays, that war chant would pop off like crazy,
Oh,
dude.
100%. Mm.
You'd have the whole crowd yelling war. That shit would go insane.
They already love Ivar. People love Ivar, and then you
Mhm.
get fucking Roll back in there. Dude, I'm telling you right now, bro, if they come back as Hanson and Roll, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm absolutely gonna
Give
mark
us
the fuck out.
War Raiders. Or, yeah, War Raiders. I always forget what their NXT name was, but it was War Raiders. Get it, give us the War Raiders,
Bring
dude.
back the Viking experience, bro.
If it was me, I'm bringing back War Machine, but at the
Yeah.
very least, bring back the War Raiders.
I I like War Raiders. I mean, I don't. I love War Machine, but I don't. As long I just need it to have war.
Exactly. Either one, I'm fine with. Personally, more of a War Machine guy because it
Okay.
kind of fits what they are. They're a war machine.
Yeah.
I like it. Both perfectly fine. I will fucking hug Triple H if we get any war at all. War Machine, War Raiders, something, anything. I'll take it.
I'm gonna tweet at Dax. I'm gonna be like, "We up." If we
We
if we get War Raiders back, I'm gonna just tweet at Dax. I'm gonna just let him know what's up. But bro,
just like
it says
tweet.
fate is woven as the fire goes around the shield. Do not
Mm-hmm.
bring back those motherfucking emo raiders. I swear to you, if you
Dude,
bring back those, I need the biker Viking bad motherfuckers, bro.
exactly. Dude, I need it. I want fire in their entrance. I want it all, dude.
I need those horns,
Mhm.
bro, dude,
Mhm. I want them to
man.
come out in the big horn helmets. Fuck, I
Oh,
need that shit, dude.
Michael Cole's gonna mark out when he sees those fucking antlers.
Oh,
Um,
dude, that shit is so crazy.
dude, I'm telling you, bro. If we get them War Raider, and let me tell you, the War Raiders are no strangers to taking out factions that hold tag team gold, bro.
They aren't fucking, they'll run through people. And that's what I need.
Dude, dude, the War Raiders on the same brand as Wyatt Six, JD, and Finn, and
That's heat.
AOP, bro. War Raiders, we never got that. We were supposed to get that at Takeover 2018 at New Orleans. Never happened.
And we never got, dude. That shit would be so heat, dude.
If only you would have fucking built the fucking authors of Piss up a little more, then then we would actually be in a situation where we could get that match. But
Bro. Authors of piss. I
uh,
mean, sadly, this isn't the first time we have piss related to their name with fucking Drake Maverick peeing
AOP,
himself and they were the fucking pee. Yeah, exactly. AOPP, AO poo poo. I remember that shit. That was bad.
yeah, I mean, man, oh lord, that's gonna be something. That's gonna be something. That's gonna be something to take back to the streets. I'm telling you right now, bro. If we see,
Mm-hmm.
man, if we, bro, I'm telling you, bro. And two, this is such like a weird thing I picked up, and it's like probably like buried on their Instagram accounts by now. I'm telling you, when Rowe got hurt, he posted a picture of him going into surgery, and Hanson put in the comment section, "I can't wait for the people to see what our name is when you come back." I think this has been
I,
a I think this has been a thing, and I think when they took Ivar off television, I think it
it
was
was
for
to,
him to heal up for when so they could bring them back together.
dude, we could get War Machine versus Lucha Bros. Dog,
That's
give me damn money.
it's just give me my Young Bucks in WWE and we're lit, bro.
Like, we're going crazy. This shit, Young Bucks DIY. Give me that shit.
Yep.
Fucking A.
Yep. They could keep those. They could keep those other Collision Cowboys. They could keep them. They're
Yeah.
marks for AEW anyway. They could keep them. But
Collision Boys. Good
yeah.
lord.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They could keep. Yeah, like I said, they could keep them Collision Cowgirls. They could keep them all they want. I don't know. That just man, bro. But I'm telling you, bro, dude. DIY, War Machine, Wyatt Six, Judgment Day, fucking the GOAT, Tongaloa, and his brother. Dude, they
Dude.
they're
God, bro. Like, they got it.
they're
They're built.
eventually gonna have the Rascals. They got Motor City Machine Guns coming in. I don't know if Nathan Frazier and Axiom get called up as a tag team, but it's looking up, bro. But War Machine, dude, that shit gets me excited, bro. I love them in NXT, like legitimately, and give them their fucking finisher names back. If I get to hear Joe Tessitore yell Fallout, I'm gonna fall out of
Oh,
my fucking chair. That's what's gonna happen.
literally, dude, that shit would be so beautiful. They were fucking phenomenal in NXT, man. And we saw a glimpse of that side of them when Ivar was on his own, moving
Mm-hmm.
like crazy. Let's get that back as a team, bro. Let them move crazy. Them boys were moving like Jacob Fatu back in NXT. That's what I want to see.
Yep. Dude, that got me so hyped when I see, because I knew exactly
Mhm.
who it was, because everybody was like, is this the Motor City?
Just
Is
get
this the
those
Lucha Bro? Like, bro, why would the Lucha Bros
dog.
have come in with a Viking with a Viking shield? And like,
Yeah, I was gonna say, why would they have Viking Nordic letters? You know what I
bro,
mean? Like,
what? Unless we're getting the Lucha Vikings or the Motor City Luchador or the Motor City Vikings. I mean, no, that gets me excited though, bro. I love me some War
mhm.
Machine. Give them Fallout. Give them Thor's hammer. You know, let Hansen move around or Ivar let him move around, do his shit, and we're gonna be up, bro. And that tag division is about to be looking real good soon with them on the roster. All we got to do is get Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish back, along with fucking Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, and but
Um,
anyways, enough of me fantasizing about Triple H getting my undisputed era back. UE versus
and
Bloodline. I fucking Tony fucking Khan, man. God damn it.
bro, the things I would sacrifice in this world to get fucking the UE and current WWE is immense, dude.
Oh, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Anyways, Sammy is in the back. He tells Jey Uso, that championship means a lot to me. Now you gotta go get it. Jay says, thanks, Us. I love you. They hug. They do their little, dap up thing. And they do their dap up. They wish him good luck. And that was that.
Hell yeah, dude. And I didn't even realize until, that promo, that connection of, Jey Uso winning the title, and Sammy being so connected and they're good friends. I like that.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. American Made versus The New Day. I don't know what it is with the Creed brothers, bro. They gotta exude more excitement when they walk out there. They got the look, they got the talent, but if they don't walk out there like Eric Young on a hot Wednesday night on WWE main event, then I don't know who the fuck they're walking out there like, bro. I mean, they walk out there and just exude no personality. It's
Yeah, I don't
sickening.
get it. And they have personality. They're
Yeah.
hilarious. Um, I think what it is they're trying to like act like the fake's fun serious, but I don't think it's working, and they just look unenthusiastic.
Yep. 100%. Xavier Woods gets distracted by outside entities, Chad Gable and Ivy Nile. And then he ends up getting hit with the electric chair Brutus ball. They lose. They lose the match. And afterwards, they catch up to the New Day in the back. The LWO catches up to New Day in the back, and Ray goes to apologize for last week. And if they thought that they cost them the titles, then that wasn't his intention. Wood snaps on Ray, and he tells him, the only way you can say sorry is getting us another tag team title match. Ray says, you know what, dude, whatever. I don't got time for this. Woods then snaps again, and he says, oh, so you don't have time for me. Nobody's got time for me because I never won a singles title. Is that what this is about? Kofi's just kind of talking to him like, dude, what's the deal, bro? Like, relax. You got to relax. And Xavier's just pissed. Xavier's pissed off. He's not having any of it, as his evil ways seem to keep getting in front of him, man, as he continues to just lash out after these losses. And yeah, interesting stuff as always, bro. Very interesting stuff. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see where this goes. And like I said, the fact that Triple H made New Day interesting television as it is commendable in its own right.
Exactly, dude. And I like where this is going. I'm intrigued to see where this is going. And I like it, dude. I love it.
Absolutely. We get another Wyatt 6 QR code. Seems as if they're teasing a new member. I wish we would actually get them on their own run before
Yeah,
we
more than
tease.
they're
Dude, they haven't got off the ground yet, and you're teasing a new member. For what? Can we at least get some traction behind their run before we bring in a new member, please? I mean, these
who
guys
the
won the
fuck are they
feud,
bringing in?
and they're off television. An American Made
Literally.
lost the feud and has been on television ever since. I mean, what the fuck?
And who the fuck are they even bringing? The
Um,
only person I think they could bring in is Bliss. That's the
yeah.
only person I could think of.
Well, there was a Liv
Oh, other
Morgan
than
segment.
I just did. I remember that. Yep, that did happen tonight.
There was a Liv Morgan segment, and in the backstage area tonight, you can see in the background the Lily doll.
Yeah, let's get the voodoo stuff back, dude.
If you, bro, if you want to bring Bliss into the group, okay. Do not bring that fucking doll.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
oh my god, I hate that doll, bro. That is just the stupidest looking doll. I mean, bro,
Oh, it looks so
what the
stupid.
fuck, man?
It looks like fucking Disney Channel edgy. It's horrible.
Ugh.
Um, I personally, I wouldn't even brought her back into this group. I think you have enough in Nikki Cross alone to carry the group from, a women's side. I would have brought her back as just a new Alexa Bliss we haven't seen before. Maybe her truly being herself. I would really like that. So I don't know how much I like the direction of this.
Me neither, bro. Me neither. So yeah, I don't know how much I don't know how much I like that too. I don't think we need the Lily doll anywhere near WWE television, especially because that's just linked to their voodoo stupid shit. And if it's not linked to their voodoo stupid shit, she's gonna be just carrying around this stupid looking ass doll. Um, and it's just, I mean, again, can we worry about getting the Wyatt Six's run off to a good start? Can we worry about
And getting
getting
it.
it off the ground before we worry about introducing Alexa Bliss and the fucking Lily doll to the group? I mean, come on, man. What are we doing with this group, bro? Well, I mean, seriously.
Really hope Triple H doesn't fumble it, but the direction he keeps going, man.
Man. Um, well, we get just a little backstage segment from Damian Priest. And this was actually the only part of him that we see tonight. Finn Balor was off the show, so I'm assuming Damian Priest wasn't there either. Priest probably just not there because Finn
Yeah,
wasn't there, so
you
there
don't
was
need it
really,
every week.
yeah, there was nothing for
Yeah.
him to do. He just did a little backstage segment talking about how Finn is gonna get his that bad blood. Um, so
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
so yeah, that was that. It was just a little segment from Priest, bro. But But man, yeah, that was it from Priest. But yeah, I mean, again, can we please worry about legitimizing the Wyatt Six and not fucking just, I mean, man, I mean, can we just please not? We please not? I mean, again, if you're gonna put Alexa in the group, keep that fucking doll away from the group for Christ's sake.
Please, dude, please. And that's the thing, is definitely her like, character entrance, her entrance character like everyone has, is definitely gonna be like a big Lily or something like that. You know what I mean? And I'm not excited for that. Unless, the only thing I think of could be cool is, since Lily's a doll, she's, stuffed with, stuffing and, made of like a fabric. Maybe you give her like a scarecrow look. That's the only cool thing I could think of.
Hmm. Interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Maybe she becomes the doll, similar to how,
Ye
like, kind of with that look. I see what you're saying. I see what you're
Yeah, like,
that could
kinda like
work.
how the scarecrow is with, like, the fabric and, he kinda got, they're kinda stuffed with, like, stuff, and maybe that's the only thing I could think you could do with that.
Yeah, I can
Other than
see
that, you're
that.
just a big doll. You're just gonna look stupid as shit.
Yeah. The main
Unless
event.
oh, no.
Tarzan.
Mhm. No, I thought of an idea, but, Nikki Cross already kinda has a porcelain mask, so I was gonna say maybe you could switch up Lily to a porcelain, doll, but Nikki Cross already has a porcelain mask, so that would just be redundant.
True, true. The main event. Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker. Match was solid. The match was solid,
Mhm.
man. The match was solid. Braun he was actually getting a decent amount of offense on Jey Uso. He almost had him beat, but Braun was being Braun, and he went to do his little run around the ring, spear through the barricade of the timekeeper's area. Jay moved. Jay moved. He sent Braun Breaker through. Sent Braun Breaker through the barricade. And before a little bit before this, Jey Uso got Braun went to go for his 23-mile-an-hour spear, and Jay hit him with a spear of his own. And Braun, that was a close near fall. Braun was able to get some offense there. That was He was able to get some offense there. Like I said, he went to go for his little timekeeper, uh, barricade spear. Jay moves out of the way, sends Braun through the barricade. He gets Braun in the ring, hits him with a spear and an Uso splash as Jey Uso wins the Intercontinental Championship in the main event of Monday Night Raw. In what was a very good match with Braun,
Yeah.
as I actually really enjoyed this episode of Raw. I really enjoyed this episode of Raw for
Mhm.
what it was. I enjoyed it a lot. I like I said, yeah, I liked what they did here. I enjoyed it, and like I said, I covered it in the beginning of the show. I did not mind Jey Uso winning the Intercontinental title at all. Like I said, it plays to Braun's character. He's cocky. He's gonna underestimate everybody because he thinks he's better than everybody because he's been great in the short amount of time that he's been on the roster. He's been great. He's been great, and like I said, he thinks he's better than everybody. Um, and then Jay running out of time. It's about time that he, it's about time that he kind of starts getting a little involved with some bloodline business, and this was the last thing he needed to do on his checklist was get that singles get that singles title so he could truly say he did everything, at least most of what he wanted to do for his singles run. And obviously it's about to come to an end and he's about to be back with his brother, but I expect him to have a short reign, and that's the thing. He doesn't need to have a long reign. And I like
No,
having short champions every once in a while. It's okay. It's okay. We've had
exactly.
Sami Zayn had a summer long reign. Before that, we had Gunther who had a 2-year reign. It's okay. Braun Breaker's got many more championships in his future. And like I said, if you're looking at maybe some political reasons why Braun may have lost the championship, is because, like I said in the open, Maybe WWE wanted to test him. Maybe
Mm.
WWE wanted to test how he takes the loss of a championship, how he can, put somebody over. Is he going to have a good attitude? How is he going to deal with losing the title? How did he deal with having the championship? And just sort of all these, these political runarounds that they, test their guys with. And if this is the sort of test that Braun Breaker is getting, it's a hell of a lot better than whatever test Vince McMahon would have put him through, because Vince would have
Oh,
buried him into oblivion and then expected him to rise from the ashes when he buried him into oblivion, and he would have been able to come out from it, and then he would have released him because he would have thought that he sucked and he didn't have the superstar potential, and that would have been the end of Braun Breaker. So if this is his test under the Triple H administration, if that is the reason, I'm fine with it. And I'm happy for Jey Uso, man. He deserved this.
exactly. And another thing I like about this is you look on the SmackDown Bloodline, element side to this currently right now. Roman was just talking, they were just talking about, in that Roman situation where, the weight's off his shoulder and he doesn't, and he looks and without him, Jey Uso just won a singles title and he's moving good, man. And I wonder how that could correlate to how Roman feels about his situation now that he chased everyone away. Fucking Jimmy got betrayed. Paul Heyman got hurt for him, and Jay's on his own. The one who left him, voluntarily left him, is the one doing the best. I like that dynamic.
100%, bro. 100%. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot as well. I like that a lot as well, man. And yeah. So that's basically all. That's basically everything for Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and Dynamite this week. And yeah, man, that's everything we had to cover here on today's episode of Unscripted. This has been episode 214. Another great episode of Unscripted, man. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here on today's episode. And thank you guys, as always, for joining us. And that has been your week of wrestling, bro. So yeah, man, that is that. And yeah, that is gonna do it, everybody, for this edition of Unscripted. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Everybody who came out, man. Um, Hunter, Naysayers, Logan, thank you guys so very much for joining us um here on today's episode of Unscripted. I do see a lot of people saying that, the OG Bloodline might not even be the team for Survivor Series. Although the other team of, KO, Orton, and all those guys does seem good. I think just
It,
Bloodline and Bloodline is just this big money. I
that's
don't. Yeah.
I don't want. I'm sorry. I don't want to see the team of Cody, KO, and all those other. I don't want to see that. I'm fine to see Cody in the original Bloodlines team if he has to be. I could do that, no problem. But it's the whole point at the end of the day is Bloodline versus Bloodline. That's
Yeah.
the whole summer. So that's what I want to see.
Definitely. Definitely. So with that, everybody, that is going to do it for this edition. Again, like I said, Hunter, Naysayers, Logan, whether you guys are here now or part of the Replay Mafia, my guys JT, JB, and Mrs. Sleeping Beauty herself, Belle. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today on this episode of Unscripted. This has been episode 214. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. It has been always a pleasure for my Johnny.
And I, Sir K.
That is going to do it for episode 214 of Unscripted. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you all on Friday with the news.
Peace.